Hello and welcome back to more Geometry Dash. I am awful at platforming. I'm even more awful at platforming quickly. So to fix this issue, I'm going to sit here and play one level and see just how quickly I can go. And since I'm after speed, I think it's only fitting that we play a level inspired by one of the most speedrun games of all time, Celeste. So that's why today I'm going to be trying to speedrun Forsaken City. So as you can see, I've already got a time of 2 minutes 44. I've done a few runs so far. I've had 2 decent ones, but I think I can go faster. So without further ado, let's get into it. Right, it's future me here to explain how the level works. Now, you see this block right here? This is the main protagonist of the level, because when I step on these blocks, they move. And the entire level is about these blocks and the momentum they give you, just like that. Now, this is the first challenge. You basically have to use momentum upwards to move across, and here you can go slightly early and save a tiny bit of time. Now onto this next room where we need to activate these blocks down here so we can walk on them up in this bit and make it across the spike gap. Alright, now this is the first time where you see that these blocks can move you quite quickly, and the second part you want to jump slightly earlier whilst the block is still moving to give you that extra momentum to cross the gap. And now that you've just done your first jump with this goofy momentum, they explain how to do a jump with extra momentum. But either way, this is a really good chance to practice the timing for getting these jumps down. So you want to go whilst the block is still moving, you can go sideways, vertically, any which way you want. And you'll see there that you did get flung up slightly whilst just moving upwards, which would have killed you, but they were nice with the spike placements in this case. And then this room is an absolute nightmare. This is, in my opinion, the worst room of the entire level, and it starts right from the beginning, because you can do this in 2 jumps and it's nice and easy and fun, or if you want to actually go quickly, you need to do it in just 1, which is a lot more precise. Then we get on to the fun part where I just lose track of what's happening. I just do it, just hold right here, hit that wall, luckily you survived. And for this next one, this is one of the strangest jumps in the level, because you want to aim yourself to be just off center to the left slightly on top of that second cog, and then once the platform you're on is aligned with the platform that stopped moving, you want to jump upwards and to the left. Now you might be thinking, what on earth? So just look at what I do and yeah, just do that. Now we've reached a slightly more fun, chill room, starting off with this nice loop-de-loop like that. Then you go one way, then the other way, jump, block yourself, go up. I should have died there, but whatever. Okay, now we've reached an actually chill room. You just go across one way, and then you meet the other kind of protagonist in this story, where you hit the side of the block and they move. And then you just use this here to fling yourself far. And then this is pretty easy. It's just a test of did you actually learn anything. You've got to stop yourself from hitting the spikes there, and then fling yourself across this gap into the first kind of puzzly room, which is actually quite fun. There you can actually chain all the orbs together and save a tiny bit of time, which is quite useful. And now we've reached the penultimate room, which is like the last one, but slightly less fun and slightly more difficult. So yeah, it's not that bad, to be honest. But now, at last, we have reached the final room. This room is the longest, and because of that, it's probably also the hardest, but I'm just going to try and show you how to do this all nice and easy. So across there, up, hold left here to avoid hitting the wall, and then you just spam up and right, up and left, and oh my days, we beat the level. So that is the entire level in practice mode. That is how to do it, and how to do it relatively quickly. And with that, I was off on my first run of the day. Now, I knew these first few runs were going to be pretty long and pretty boring, but I also knew that going through these would allow me to build up enough consistency to eventually beat my best times. Wait a minute, how am I at the top already? Alright, there we go. That was first try, new best. 2 minutes 13, which is a pretty significant improvement actually on my 2:44. Okay, so I'd gotten pretty lucky on my first try, but let's see how we're doing on the leaderboards. Every single time on this leaderboard has happened, all right down to the bottom. Yeah, so this leaderboard is a complete mess. The slowest time on this leaderboard is faster than the TAS of this level. So this is a complete train wreck. Speaking of trains, after my incredible start, things had started to go a little bit downhill. No, I always mess that up. I like explain perfectly. You do it on the second cog, yada yada yada, and then I always miss that myself. Luckily, however, old me was even worse. Okay, that's still gonna be my second best time, I think, and that was pretty poor, all things considered. Okay, well, I'm beating all my friends, so you know. They also did it like 6 months ago, but whatever. Soon enough, I'd find myself on pace to get a new personal best by an absolute landslide, and despite fumbling a lot here, I still entered the final room with a potential best time of under 2 minutes. And now all it came down to was the simple task of not, how have you managed to do, oh my days, this guy, bro, what are you doing? You can't just, no, you can't leave me just shy of sub 2 like that. No, you can't. 201. Okay, at this point, I need sub 2. I think we've got time for like one more maybe, see if we're doing any good. And just like that, we did something quite good. Now, don't get me wrong, the run wasn't deathless. There were a lot of places I could still clean up. But overall, my movement had gotten a lot better, a lot more efficient throughout the day. And this all culminated in this run when I entered the final room 12 seconds ahead of my previous best time, on track to get under 2 minutes, and probably also under 1 minute 50. And for the second time in 10 minutes, all I had to do was not die.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
You get like no height from those. Boom! I could go faster than that. I could go faster. Alright, I'm still 10th on the weekly Lena board. I could beat these two people. I don't think I could get 140. I think 140 is a bit difficult, but I could definitely see myself going like, I think I could get I think I could get under 150. I don't know, I think I could get under 150, but I'll have to leave that till tomorrow. Alright, it is now tomorrow, and in the meantime I found this video over here of the world record doing the whole thing in 1 minute and 7 seconds, which is a lot faster than I thought you could do it. And from this video I learned 3 things. First of all, don't die. I know, it's pretty hard to go quickly when you're dead. Number 2, I just need to have cleaner movement. So basically that means chain together orbs whenever you can, and not wasting time sitting on platforms waiting for something to happen. And then the final, third thing I learned is that there are a lot of like neat little speed strats you can do. So we're going to start today by showing you every single faster strat in this level. First one starts here. Actually, I kind of did it before, but there's a better version of just going off the edge of the platform like that without holding jump. That's faster. Then our first real one's about to come up here, where you just hold right the entire time and you save a bunch of time. Then here, this is the first difficult one, but you can basically just, I almost did it first try, that would have been crazy. You can skip that section down there. If you have a bit more of an optimal bounce, you can get up onto this platform first try from this platform. So that saves a little bit of time as well. Then over here, this is what I was saying about chaining orbs together. You can do that. And then here, oh dear. Alright, so this room is really weird in that I don't actually know what they're doing. It looks like something a little bit like that. Okay, I have no idea how I did that. That was literally the only time in the entirety of me playing it that I ever got that to work. Then this room, in theory, you could get a really good time on this part, but it's two pretty, not inconsistent, just annoying strategies. So the first one here is instead of doing this loopy shenanigans, you can, hopefully, basically cheese it a little bit and abuse the hitboxes like that. And then here, this is one that I'm sure people have done before, but this was not included in the world record run. This is like the only original strategy I have. Over here, you can just skip that red orb and just like land that perfectly. I'm also not going to be doing that because that's a pain. This last one, there are no human strats to go faster, apart from just don't die. And with those wise words, I went right back into normal mode. Now, unfortunately, earlier in the day, whilst off camera, I was testing whether these strats actually worked in a run, and I got a time of 1 minute 27. And because of this, now that I was on camera, I was making 0 progress. Why am I getting so much lag though? Hang on, let's go into Task Manager. Probably don't stop Windows services because I'm using like, whoa, Windows Explorer, hang on. Don't need YouTube open, oh dear. Oh, great heavens. I don't know if you can see, but I don't know what I've done. I've slightly messed this up. What do we do? Oh dear. Oh, great. Alright, so this was crazy. I closed the Windows Explorer task in Task Manager, and everything just straight up disappeared, right? Like my background disappeared, all the icons disappeared. The only 2 apps that I could open were either OBS or Task Manager. That was it. There was no power button, there was nothing I could do. So I had to restart my computer. Luckily, everything was all good, except for one small thing. Yeah, we've lost our previous data, so no more 127, no more 145. It should now be really easy to get a new best time. No! Oh, that might have even been okay, but not anymore. And with that, I was back on the quest for a new best. Now, the 127 might not have been on the leaderboards anymore, but I still really desperately wanted to beat that time. Not just for the sake of the video, but also because I knew I could go faster. Which is why I was really happy when I entered the final room a whole 20 seconds ahead of my 1:56 time. Woo! Let's go. Whew, 1 minute 23. That is a new best time. Now, then, forever. Do I care enough to go for a faster time? I don't know, because that felt like that was like a pretty good time. But that was also like my 10th attempt. And the first 9 took about like 10 seconds each. So I think we're going to leave common sense behind and play this a little bit more. What followed was a solid half an hour of getting nowhere, and this was for a few main reasons. First of all, there's this annoying strategy at the beginning. Now the problem was that I had done this in my 1 minute 23 run, and that meant if I wanted to beat that time I would have to do it in any further runs as well. Now I'm sure you're thinking, come on, your 123 wasn't perfect, you could probably just skip it and you'd still be fine. Now, whilst that's probably true, if I missed this first strategy I'd have to make up the time elsewhere, which meant doing more strategies which I was less confident with. And so most of my time was spent just dying at this beginning, and whenever I got further than that, I was so nervous that I did something stupid like this. The brown platform. That would be even better! Oh, he spoke too much and died. And that pretty much sums up the next half an hour of playing this level. And it was really weird because there were no real close calls in here. There were no second best times by a few seconds. I didn't even make it to any of the last 3 puzzle rooms in this entire time, which made it all the more surprising when this run happened. Pause. At this moment right here, I knew I had a choice. I could go the intended route, which I'd taken many times before, and guarantee that the run continued, or I could take my silly little shortcut, for which I had 0 setup, 0 practice, and 0 consistency, just to shave off maybe a second. And in that moment, I chose to risk it all. Somehow, the run had survived and I was going at my fastest pace ever. I entered this next room 7 seconds ahead of my 1 minute 23 record. I didn't know it at the time, but as I fumbled my way into the final room, I was looking at a best possible time of 1 minute 17. Yes, 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 yes! Oh my days. Woo, 8th on the leaderboard, let's go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my days. Wow. That was crazy. 118. I remember yesterday, when I got 156, I thought the best I could go for was 140. And now I've got it down to 118, which is like, what, 11 seconds off the world record. Obviously, I'm never going to get the world record, but, oh my goodness. That was way too, I'm glad I did that. You know, there were 160 attempts there where I really thought I should just give up and be like, and that's the best I could do. But I pushed through, I finally stopped talking, and yeah, 1 minute 18 is my best time. I'm really proud of that. That took way too long. This has taken like longer than I expected. 892 attempts. That is a lot more than I have on any other easy demon. But 15,000 jumps there. Not really countless hours spent, maybe it was like an hour and a bit, but we're gonna say countless hours spent. Such a big run, you know. All I'm trying to say, I got a time of 1 minute 18.35, and if you're watching this video now, I challenge you to beat that, right? I'm gonna link the world record, I'm gonna link the task in case you're just like really just built different at the game, and I wanna see how many of you can beat my time. Especially if you're friends with me and you happen to be watching this. I've got literally no competition here. So yeah, whether you know me, whether you're friends with me in Geometry Dash or not, I challenge you to see how quickly you can do this level. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty painful experience for me. You know, that was a good time in the end, but that was a pretty painful experience for me. Hopefully editing me has done some magic and it's not been a painful experience for you. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next one.